This is the convertible you never knew you always wanted, the Vapid Peyote, which was featured in Grand Theft Auto 4 and made its return to GTA 5. So it is a OG vehicle based on the first generation Ford Thunderbird. And I have ended up taking one of these guys off the streets about 3 times now, fully upgrading it only to sell it down the road. I absolutely love this guy. I mean, just look at the interior. Absolutely beautiful car. The only problem is it is one of the slowest vehicles in the game, which makes for a very painful driving experience. However, thanks to the new summer update, we can now take this into Benny's and customize it, which will not only give us a treasure chest of new customization options, but it will also increase the power and acceleration of the car. So let's take it in and see what old Benny can do to the Vapid Peyote.
What you looking for?
We meet again, Vapid Peyote. Alright, so the upgrades are on sale this week, 30% off. The standard cost is 620 grand. The price of the vehicle is 38,000, which gives us a all-in price of right around 650 grand. And there it is. Not too much of a difference yet, but we should have a lot of options for this guy. Starting with some race brakes, of course. And moving on straight away to the chassis. Going to the aerials, we've got some options for the antennas. You can go with the small ones or 2 options for the bigger ones with the spring or the globe. Both really good. The globes are a bit more fun and springs are a bit more conservative. I think I'll throw these on. And then we have the tank for the hydraulics. Oh no, that's the fuel tank. Can do painted or chrome. And I love me some chrome on these lowriders.
Don't get jacked now.
Spare wheel. Can put one of these on, just like on the Tornado. And I will leave that as is. Love the Peyote lettering and the chrome design on the trunk. Also the chrome housings for the taillights, really sleek. Engine, yes, we've got some options for the block itself with the valve covers. Probably gonna go with the livery valve covers. Can't wait to check those out. Can do the chrome ribbed, primary, and muscle engine. No, I've gotta go with this. Got some spark plug wires, some extra attention to detail, and we'll put secondary on for now.
Swapped it out for you.
Engine tunes, level 4.
She's a beast now.
And going back to the vehicle again with some options for the exhaust, which are very low. Man, the clearance on this thing is already so low. Gonna be crazy if there's options to lower it. Can do shotgun exhaust. Get that in titanium. Some side exit exhausts. Back to the rear with the dual shotgun or titanium dual shotgun. Man, that is right on the ground, literally. And let's go with the second option for the shotgun exhaust. Moving back around to the fenders, can do some curb feelers. Classic lowrider style. Stick with stock for that. Alright, grill. Can do a chrome header grill, but we lose the Vapid logo, which I always love the logos and emblems on these vehicles. But we can do the chrome header, the chrome exposed, which is actually really clean, the chrome slatted, or the chrome tooth grill. Oh man, that reminds me of Crazy Taxi, especially with this yellow paint on the primary. And I'm gonna miss you, Vapid logo, but this chrome tooth grill just looks too good. Okay, got some options for the hood. Can do a cowl. Wow, that is definitely a hot rod muscle car look. Can do the dual filter blower straight to the blowers. Love how the belt speed changes as you rev the engine. Always a nice touch. Can do the primary peyote blower, secondary, oval intake, or triple. And I do think this cowl actually goes quite nicely with the side profile. Usually I would stay away from that on these lowriders, but I do think it's pretty sleek going with the lines of the car, so we'll throw that on. Now for the fun part of the car with some hydraulics. This is where all the magic happens, so we can upgrade this to the chrome pump. Can do the 4 in a row, the 2x2 pattern, and the V pattern. These do make the cars jump a lot stronger. You can jump higher with it. I believe it's the same power for all of these quad pumps. It's just a different style. And I do like how the 4 in a row goes all the way across. Got a battery on each side and a lot of chrome. So gonna go with that one.
There's the hydro.
And jumping into the interior, can check out the trim options, trim design. And this will change not only the seats, but also the floor as well. The floor, the center console where the shifter is. So that is something to keep in mind. The first half of these changes the seats to some custom seats, can change them from leopard to tiger to zebra. And then when we get to the luxury padded, it goes with a more plush custom lowrider look all around. Also, going from stock to the luxury stripe, there's a nice chrome accent on the back of those seats. And when you go to the luxury padded, you do lose that, and you get the color of the trim on the top of the seats. Something to keep in mind as well. And for what I have in mind on this build, I'm going to go with the luxury padded zebra for the trim.
It's the inside that counts.
Can change the trim color as well. See if I can find a nice bronze to put in here for now. May come back to this, but for now we'll throw that on. And got all your ornaments you can put on the vehicle. These are always fun. Can change the dials on the old Peyote. Really like these stock ones, but we can do plain Jane, Gangland, a lot of custom ones. And it's between these two. Actually, this plain Jane negative might just do it for me.
There you go.
Time for a new steering wheel. Always fun to change this. Got some wood grain. Might have to go with one of these. Classic hot rod wheels. I think there's another wood grain. Yeah, the got wood. And actually, there's one I've got on the Tornado I like quite a bit. I think it's the greaser. See if we can change that with a secondary color in a bit.
How's that for a wheel?
Column shift levers usually go with the 8-ball. I think I'll go with something a little brighter with the lucky dice.
Can't leave here without a gear shift.
Can put a plaque on the back. The ones on the bottom that say neon, they do light up at night, which is always awesome. And this section called Ice, we can add some speakers. And definitely one of my favorite parts of these Benny's vehicles. And I am pretty sure the Extreme speaker shelf has neon lights that light up at night, so definitely going with these. For the light color, let's go with a clean ice white on this build. As always, can go with some xenon lights. I'll leave these as is for now. But I will throw on a neon underglow kit. Put on the front, back, and sides, and we could leave it a clean white, but see if they have... Yeah, I think I'll go with electric blue for this one. And let's see what Rockstar's got for us on the livery options. Got 11 options for this guy, starting with the Pristine. Does some very minimal lining from the front fenders to the back. Also a yellow color, so a bit hard to see on this paint. Can go with Misty. That one shows up better. Kind of a electric blue. The pinstripes, I do like that. Can go with the green dash. Wow. This one is actually really tempting. I like the design of this quite a bit. Can go with the hot shot, the classic flames on the front for more of a hot rod style. Tribalistic. Feel like we've seen this one before. Again, good job with the lines. The design of that can go with the plasma. If you want to go for more of a custom look, some nice purple. Two different accents of the purple on there. Ace of Spades. Ooh, man. Yeah, I've seen stuff like this at car shows on the West Coast in California back in my days. Can go royalty with the red, yellow, and orange. Some nice airbrushing detail too when you look up close at it. Tranquility, same exact thing in some different colors. And last but not least, what do we have? Hellfire. Oh man. Like the pinstriping and the lines on this one as well. Some really good options for the Vapid Peyote. And I'm going to go with the green dash, see what we can put together with this livery. I think it's going to come out looking pretty nice. And for these lowriders, we have a few different options for the plates. Can do a plate holder. Probably put some chrome on here. It's on the bottom right corner, which I've always liked the position of the plate on the Peyote. Got a chain, Magnetics chain, has a Magnetics logo, bike chain, flaming skull, Pitbull. So definitely some options, good options for if you want something clean or a bit more customized on the plate holder. I will go with the low and slow to maintain that clean look. A vanity plate should be on the front. Yep, there it is. Go with one of these Benny's plates. Can do colored black, blue for a more retro look. Don't think it'll go too well on this build though. The classy. It's cool how they have the manufacturers themselves too for these cars. Got some sports teams. Patriot, True Patriot. I am always a sucker for these Benny's plates. And for this one, I think I'm going to go with the silver logo.
Okay.
And for the license itself, I think we're going to go with the low life plate. As for the color of that, either black or blue. And let's go with the yellow on blue for now. Okay, let's check out the Vapid Peyote in a few different colors. If you want to go a more loud and customized look, the lime green is always a great choice for these classic convertible Benny's cars. And I think it goes really well with the livery I put on here and would definitely make a great color combination. I am actually pretty surprised how good this looks with a cream primary with this livery, especially if you do a pearlescent gold or diamond blue. I could only imagine how much more it would make this combo pop on the primary and the livery. Great choice with a cream on this as well. As for me, I'm going to go with the surf blue. I can already see myself hanging out at the beach and taking it easy with the surf blue color on this green livery. So let's put this on and see what else we can do for the customizations on the Peyote. For the pearlescent, I'm going to go with an ultra blue. Put that over. The secondary color is going to change a lot of the accents on the interior. From the steering wheel to the door panels, the stitching on the seats, even going around behind the driver. So that's always awesome. I love these extra touches to detail that we can do in Benny's. And I'm going to make my way to the brown section, probably go with a saddle or a straw brown. Here's the saddle brown. Maybe a little bit lighter. Let's go with the straw brown. For the trim color, I am going to change that to something a bit lighter that complements the blue and the green on the car a bit more. Some of the silver options are really good for lightening things up. And bluish or rolled silver. The rolled steel is a little bit too similar to the paint, so let's go with the blue silver to lighten things up just a bit. If you did want to put a hard top on the Peyote, there's a few options for the roof. Can go with Custom Roof 2, which looks like the leopard print. Custom Roof 3 will give you the tiger. And the stock roof is going to match the option you have for the trim, for the design. So for me, it's the zebra. However, I've got a huge soft spot for these convertibles, especially the lowrider ones. So I am going to leave it as is, and check out that windshield. That is a awesome design on the glass and the trim for that. And just a few options left with the transmission. We'll upgrade that for some faster shift points. And now for the fun part, moving back to the trunk, we've got some options for the speakers with square speaker shelf. Can get round ones as well. And you see the neon lights on those do light up at night. I've got the ice white color. Think it's going to look really clean with this paint job. And we've got the red amplifiers on the corners. Can do the garage trunk install. Wow, that adds the fiberglass surround. Absolutely going to get one of these. Can do the twin sub or the triple sub trunk install. And as neon lights are my weakness on these Benny's vehicles, the more the better, I'm going with the Gusto. And for some real horsepower added, gotta go with the turbo tuning.
You want turbo? You got turbo.
For the wheels, we have a lot of additional options with the Benny's Bespoke and Benny's Originals, which I usually go to. Check out the originals on this. And I'm going to go for something in between modern and old school. There are a few options towards the middle to bottom of the middle. These are all great options for these classic cars. And with this build, again, going to go for something a little in between. These spindles I love. I've got those on a few of my Benny's rides. This one's a cool one, Tiger style. And three-wheeling, I think that's the one I was thinking of. I think that's a good look between the classic Moon hubcaps and something with a modern twist. So we'll put that on. Think it goes really nicely with the design of the car. For the tires, see if we can do a tire design. Oh yeah, look at that. I love these white walls on these classic rides. Gonna go with one of these. There's also option for red lines, blue lines, and atomic. And again, I'm usually on the more conservative side with the white lines or the classic white wall. But I think today I'm feeling a little frisky. Let's go with the retro white walls. And of course, the last option is the windows for some tint. But the way we'll be rolling, we'll be taking in some fresh air and some sights. So no tint for us. And that is all 24 options for the customization. Not as many options as other vehicles I brought in, such as recently with the Yosemite or the Gauntlet Classic. But I am glad I got to install my speakers, my neon lights, and my hydraulics. There are other vehicles that have more options, but I'm really glad with how this turned out. And what I'm really looking forward to is driving this around on the streets to see how it compares to the original Peyote, how much this has improved. So let's take it outside and check out the new Peyote in some more detail. Check out how low this guy is. Man, those exhaust pipes are basically on the floor. This might be the new lowest lowrider, and overall, I am digging it. Really like that side profile with the design of the windshield, the angle of that glass, and the surrounding for that. Let's open everything up on the new Peyote. Check it out in some more detail. All right, starting with the motor over here. Look at that. Looks like Benny put in a custom fiberglass surrounding. Yeah, that is awesome. So he really filled in the area in this engine bay. Got our battery in the back corner. Really like how they incorporate the livery on this fiberglass as well. That surrounds the motor. And we've got our custom motor design we picked out with those spark plug wires. Very cool. Let's loop our way around, check out the interior a bit. Really liking those wheels with the white walls on there. What do we got down here? A V10 supercharged. Nice branding. Got our subwoofers lined up right behind the driver and passenger seat. Our zebra interior with the two-tone steering wheel. And let's check out this custom job in the trunk. That is nice. Gonna have some thunder banging with those subwoofers. Got our chrome hydraulic pumps, chrome bumper. And yeah, I am digging it. Let's hop inside. Close everything up. Got our dice column shifter. Fuel gauge on the left. Really like the design of that. The speedometer. Really cool, the gauges. Got our old school radio, some climate control down below. And of course, behind us, enough subwoofers to have any of our neighbors call the cops with some spring antennas. All right, let's take this to the streets and see how it compares to the standard Peyote. This is not going to be fast by any means, but should be a bit faster than the standard base model. Let's do this. Ride out slow and in style.
What's up?
As we put the hydraulics to good use. And as we avoid these reckless drivers, let's open it up through the tunnel. Got some backfire there. And yeah, I think the main thing on this guy is once it gets moving, it's not too bad. Definitely moving faster than the base Peyote. The brakes are spongy, and the handling is going to be very soft and very snappy. Very sluggish handling. These are not meant to be driven fast. They are meant to be driven slow and to take in the sights, but I'll still push it a little bit so I can share my thoughts on what it can do. No speed boost. Just tried doing a speed boost and that will not work. So it is naturally snappy with the oversteer. And again, as we get up to speed, it does move pretty good. Can't complain about the top speed for being a lowrider. Let's do the old wiggle test. Yeah, you can see it doesn't like that. As it brakes again on that turn. So let's ride around in style. So yeah, nothing too special. Pretty much what I was expecting. Pretty similar to the Tornado, which is one of the slowest vehicles in the game also. Until Benny's got his hands on it. The Tornado Custom also gets a performance boost. So again, you're not going to be driving this car to drive fast in or to take turns quick in. You're going to be driving it to take things slow, to relax in the game once in a while for a change of pace. Use the hydraulics on some turns as you do some U-turns and turn into these streets. And to take in some of the sights while taking in the sights of your own beautiful custom lowrider. If you don't have any lowriders in the game yet, this is a good choice. I really like how it is a much smaller vehicle. It's smaller than the Tornado, it's smaller than the Chino, which are two of my favorite lowriders. So I do like the sleekness of this, especially from the side profile. And if you already have some Benny's lowriders, if you have one or a few of them, you already know the deal. You're going to be cruising around at slower speeds, taking in the sights. And for everyone else, if driving low and slow is not your style, or if you're not too into the lowriders in the game, hold off and pick up another vehicle, as there are plenty of new vehicles in the summer update to choose from. And if you guys will excuse me, I'm going to do some cruising around and take in some sights, do some people watching over on Vinewood Boulevard. Let me know down in the comments below what you think of the new Vapid Peyote, if you have one or if you're planning on picking one up, how you think it compares to the Tornado and the other lowriders in the game. And until the next video, you guys stay cool, keep on playing GTA, and I will see you guys in the next video. H2 signing out.